Hey you guys, today we're going to be unfortunately reviewing The Coffee Shop. September 4th, 2022. I was scrolling through Tubi looking for movies, specifically for ones that seemed silly, and lo and behold, The Coffee Shop. Okay, so we start this movie off with a peach and a banana. We're already into some grueling stuff, and then wait for, a man and a, oh my god, crazy stuff. A man in the middle with a man on the side and a woman. You know what this is? That is the definition of a bisexual. Totally, 100%, oh my god. This title animation is the silliest thing. The cup coffee house, crazy stuff. Oh, obligatory goth girl. Did you see that? Obligatory goth girl. Entering the main character, kind of. Her name's Helen, I don't know. Oh no. Holy shit. This place is crawling with gay people.
Sure you will. Silly bi man.
What a homo.
God damn it! I'm bi! Bi!
Upon first watching this movie, it felt so psychologically damaging that I couldn't understand anything that was going on. I mean, watching it at 2 a.m. could have been a reason why, but I promise it only made it just a wee bit more difficult to understand what was happening. I came back to it recently and I didn't finish it, but that was just because, and the editing, holy shit. The editing absolutely did not help a single bit. I'd say the editing was the worst part of the movie, but I mean, it just makes the movie so much better. I don't know. Like, the editing was so bad it was good. I actually researched a bit about this movie, and it turns out the first two parts of this movie came out as shorts, which honestly wasn't shocking since the movie has a chapter-by-chapter format. I'll say that this movie was not as psychologically damaging as I gave off upon the first viewing. I mean, it is still very psychologically damaging, but not as much as it is like at 2 a.m. Taking this movie out of context is... actually there isn't much context anyways. I know that it's surprising that there actually is a plot, but let's get into that, I suppose.
I'm Chase.
The plot is so fucking stupid. The camera work is awful, the editing is awful, the acting is pretty bad as well, but I think it's passable maybe. I looked into the director, and they're a guy named AJ Mattioli. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. It's Italian, I'm pretty sure. I do not know. He even stars in this movie, though, which is pretty sick. I'm a bit perplexed why he decided to make this movie, and I also have no clue why they portrayed bisexuals like that. Like, everyone in the movie hates bisexuals, or at least thinks they're, like, silly, but, like, in a derogatory way. I think bisexual was taboo then, I guess. It was like, it came out in 2014, but like the whole movie came out in 2014. The first short actually came out in 2011, so basically 2011 core, I don't know, oops. They basically just portrayed the bisexual, in this case his name is Philip, as a flirty cheater and pass it off as, all bisexuals are actually like this. I don't really care to talk about the weird nature of this whole movie when it comes to actual queer matters, but I would also like to mention that the director of the film is a trans guy, so that is pretty cool. That has nothing to do with it, but it kinda does. One of the waiters introduced in the second chapter, named Pike, had in her intro card, "not into bio boys." I just found it weird, if anything. I think that'd make her a lipstick lesbian, which was definitely a term used a lot before for that time this came out, so I'm not sure why they didn't use it when they were so into hating bisexuals. This movie is really dated, by the way. It reeks of late 2000s indie movie, and I don't mean indie in an artistic way, I just mean it in a indie way. Anyways, The Coffee Shop is just an odd portrayal of queer people, as well as having such odd pacing. I really liked this review I stumbled across on Letterboxd by someone named Anya, and they just said so incredibly homophobic but gay at the same time. Honestly, that's exactly how I felt. When diving into this, the first chapter is just biphobia served with bad portrayal and a side of bread and cock. They love using little slideshows of silly shit to edit a scene, and I found it really fucking funny. The sound effects are pure shit, and the acting is abysmal, but so silly. When I was making the script, I literally kept forgetting the plot. But then I was like, oh yeah, there's basically no coherent plot anyways, so I excuse it. By the way, I'm literally just summarizing this whole thing. Anyways, the second chapter introduces a mom and her daughter who comes out as a lesbian. By the way, that's the daughter coming out as a lesbian. My script did not mention that. Basically, the daughter wants to introduce her girlfriend. Also, I found this scene really silly because mom was just like, why aren't you trying harder as a lesbian? So basically, the girlfriend of the daughter has to prove to the mom that she's lesbian enough. Also, the daughter does too, but mostly seeing the girlfriend doing that. So, that was basically the whole chapter. Anyways, on to chapter 3, The Outsiders, a classic novel that many speculate the characters Ponyboy and Johnny are gay for each other. What? Oh shit, my bad. That's the title of the chapter for some reason. This one chapter is pretty uneventful, except for when Jamie, by the way, that's the main waiter at the coffee shop, the one who often wears very silly shirts. So basically, Jamie's going balls off the wall for the straight guy working there with him. So yeah. By the way, both ladies in this one are gay, as it turns out. But the lady on the right is an outsider, I'd imagine. That's why it is called The Outsiders. I don't know. Chapter 4 is just so fucking silly. I don't even understand who got the idea for this, but vampires. I don't really care for this part for any part in this chapter except for the bisexual part. It's quite uneventful, unfortunately, considering it introduces vampires. They could have done so much more with the vampires, but they decide to do the least shit with it other than make a funny little bit. Anyways, chapter 5 is just a whole shit show of random shit. Hold on. Yeah. Scale Realtor is there with the mom, from chapter 2, and the old geezer wants Jamie's cock. I think something like that. Doesn't matter. There are so many lesbians in this scene, it is crazy. So basically, the lady from the first chapter, Helen, is with Pike, the lesbian waiter from the second chapter. Then the girl that was with the mom's daughter shows up and is like crazy for Pike because they had like a one-night stand or something. And Pike accidentally said that she loved her. I don't know. And Helen gets mad. Also, did I mention that the mom has a hots for Helen? No, I didn't. I did not mention that. Apologies. The mom tries flirting with Helen, and then Helen comes to a realization that she hates both men and women, which is fantastic. So then chapter 6, it's really boring. The director shows up, so I guess that's cool. I don't care about that one. So the last chapter, finally, has the owner, B. I think the drag name is Be Reasonable. So silly. They show up because I guess one of the managers quit or something like that. They hired this one gay guy who also hates bisexuals. Did you know that he hates bisexuals? Yeah, and then the two bisexual haters get in a fight and then the movie ends. Fucking finally. I might have skipped a few parts, but me trying to get this review of this movie is truly a test of my patience. So I basically highly recommend you guys to watch this. It's on YouTube for free, and also on Tubi for free as well. But obviously it's a little easier to watch on YouTube since you're already here. I'll have it linked in my description, so see you guys at some point again. Maybe.
God damn it! I'm back!